cheap, some are rich or in debt deep. All our friends are quirky,
Quirky.
all our friends are quirky. But we love them, yes we do, 'cause we're quirky too. We know a lot of folks, a few are jerks. Most are nice, but they all have quirks. All our friends are quirky. All our friends are quirky. But we love them, yes we do, 'cause we're quirky too. All our friends are quirky. All our friends are quirky. But we love them, yes we do, 'cause we're quirky too.
Oh, yeah. We're all a little quirky, aren't we, Penny? Penny says, I like being quirky. Yes, you do. I tell you what, this has been a tough week for Penny. She hasn't gotten her usual amount of attention. Yes, as you can see, she's pawing at me. That's right. So certainly was a pleasure to interview yesterday afternoon Dr. Blues and Liz Pennock. They are from, live in St. Petersburg now, but they're, they've been all over. Interesting interview yesterday afternoon. In fact, all my interviews, I think, have merit, if I do say so myself. I hope all during this week that you got to learn some about the artists. And maybe whether you'd like to stop by and listen to their music, because, you know, we got to play their music while they're still alive. Buy their music. You can always play their music, but buy their music while they're still alive. And this has been just a great beginning to the Festival of Discovery and Blues Cruise. I do want to tell you, Liz Pennock, who was just playing that quirky song, which I kind of like. I think it kind of fits. And Dr. Blues right here on WCRS this morning. They are playing, let's see, where are they playing? Playing. Liz. In on the Square Saturday night and Montague's tonight, 7 to 10. So you will really have a big opportunity to hear them, enjoy them, and of note, Liz is quite a phenomenon. Let's just put it that way. She only has 3 fingers on each hand. Now let that sink in. 3 fingers on each hand, and yet she was playing the boogie woogie there. And she also plays the trombone. You may have heard a little trombone in that quirky song. And she plays the trombone too. So that's a real testament to her abilities to be able to do that. So let's all be a little quirky this morning, but let's celebrate everybody who makes things come together, who makes things happen. And last night, it was a great night in Greenwood. Not because it was the beginning of the Blues Cruise and Festival of Discovery, although that's reason enough to celebrate, but because Shrimp City Slim, a.k.a., well, wait a minute, let me do it right. I have it backwards. Gary Irwin, a.k.a. Shrimp City Slim, who has been involved with the festival its whole 25 years, received the Order of the Palmetto from Governor McMaster. 4 mayors had signed on to do it. I think a couple of representatives. This is a huge. Excuse me. Okay, I got it now. This. I tell you what, this weather is just tearing my voice up. But anyways, this is a huge honor to have the Order of the Palmetto bestowed upon an individual. It is the highest honor that a individual can receive from the state of South Carolina. And I can think of no more deserving person than Gary Irwin. He's worked hard to keep the blues alive. His song, Buy My Music While I'm Still Alive, kind of simulates the whole thing. And as other genres of music sometimes seem to be the popular ones, the blues is something that permeates everything. As is the words of Willie Dixon, the blues is the roots, the rest is the fruits. So if you really want to know what the blues is all about, it's about all of it. But blues is a genre that just permeates. And for 25 years, Gary has been bringing the blues to Greenwood. He's been bringing the blues to Charleston, Florence, Camden. I mean, he's brought the blues to a lot of different places. But all 25 years, he's been doing it right here, and he's been doing a fantastic job. Every year that I have worked with Gary, which really I think goes back to maybe 2009, 2010, somewhere in there, I have been blessed. I have been blessed to have the joy of interviewing blues artists that come here. So it was with great anticipation that I waited to see what Gary would say upon being given this great honor. Now, it also is of note that Charlie Baranow, who was the city manager here before Julie, he was the city manager here after Steve Brown, so that kind of, for those of you that have been here forever, puts it in perspective. And he really expanded working with Gary and the Festival of Discovery. So Charlie loves blues music. So it was no better fitting person to pull this honor together, to pull it together, to read on the stage about the order. And then Mayor Brandon Smith joined him to give this honor to Gary Irwin, totally surprised. That's the beauty of this. How can you imagine that it could be that big of surprise? But it was. And that's hard to pull off in today's world. That really is hard to pull off. So congratulations to all that were able to keep their mouths shut. I happened to talk to somebody last night who I asked him, I said, did you know about it? He knew about it for 8 months. And so that, from that standpoint, and it's a really good friend of his, and to be able to keep a secret like that, that's pretty huge. So y'all wondered what I was saying, why you needed to be down on the main stage at 7 o'clock last night. It was because Gary was awarded the Order of the Palmetto. Now, I would love to play the interview that someone from the Festival of Discovery got. It was not my interview. I just soaked it all in and enjoyed it. She did a great job. And so I would like to play her interview for you and just watch Gary. If you're watching with us, I hope you can see it. It's also on Facebook. It is on my Facebook page. It's all over Facebook. I'm sure you may already know about it, but to me, it just is so sweet to see somebody who quite often worked not for the praise, not for the applause, but to keep the blues alive. And so let's see if I can pull that up. Yes, here it is. Let's see if I can get up here. I'm going to put it on our upper screen here so you can watch this.
All right, so
let's
just to
take
start
it
off
away.
with, what does it mean to win this outstanding award, highest award for a civilian in the state of South Carolina?
Well, I mean, an amazing surprise and very emotional, and I mean, you can't do any better. I'm so grateful to everybody, and it feels really good.
So you've obviously had a huge impact on the state. I believe they said 4 different mayors reached out. I've seen your list of different festivals that you've worked with and different things. Talk a little bit about like what you've been able to do for blues in the state of South Carolina and your ability to bring live music to the area?
Well, it's kind of a long story. I'll make it short, but I'm from Chicago originally. I grew up listening to the blues when I was a kid. I'm a child of the 50s and 60s. So I was familiar with the music from my hometown. I moved to South Carolina in 1983, and there was seemed to be an utter lack of blues music live and on the radio. So I started off with a radio program in Charleston in 1984. I started a band in 1985. I started putting on shows in Charleston in 1986, and I've had the pleasure of working and knowing and presenting so many legends of the blues. And the Greenwood Blues Cruise, now 25 years old, Festival of Discovery, is one of the events that has endured the longest. And so it's a stage, a trusted stage for this very important cultural music, which is truly now a world music, but its foundation is here in the American South. So to be able to come back to the homeland of the blues from a city like Chicago and encounter it, grassroots here, and be able to make it grow again is a beautiful thing. So I'm very happy to have been able to do that. And what I wanted to mention too is that South Carolina remains a land or a state of opportunity and possibility, because I was able to come down here and basically just with some passion and some drive and energy and a little bit of capital get things going, and here we are today. I'd like to think that the blues will have a bigger audience, but the main thing is that people realize now how important it is and how much we love it. So to be a part of that, I'm very grateful.
To add on to that, so to receive this award at this event in which you basically were part of the founding crew that brought blues music to the area, you helped create the Festival of Discovery and Blues Cruise for Greenwood. What does it mean to have the two coincide, to have the Order of the Palmetto presented at the Festival?
So much better than getting it in the mail. Yeah. No, I want to thank everybody involved, all those who recommended me to the governor, but mainly Charlie Barano, my friend Bill Blizzard in Charleston, also very integral in getting me going, and Marcia Warnock, who was the program director at the public radio station where I started in 1984. That was the beginning of the evolution of all this. So to all the people that helped along the way, and all the people that went to bat for me in this situation, thank you all very much, and thank you to this community for continuing to embrace what we're doing. Blues and Barbecue, number 25. Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right, so
Wait a minute.
off. All right, so
Okay. I just want to take a minute. If you happen to be watching, or if you go back and watch this, you got to see what is Gary wearing on his T-shirt, Drink Small. Drink Small, of course, is a South Carolina treasure. What is he, 96, 95, 96, somewhere in that age point. And his song, Living in a Barbecue World, was one that was the theme of the barbecue festival for several years here in Greenwood. A real character, and still living the blues. All right, so I am Ann Eller, and that was a great thank you from Gary, trying to really cover all the bases that have made this possible. But I think he certainly deserves it. I know sometimes, having talked to him and known him for years, he had the frustration of trying to, as he said, herding cats for the Blues Cruise part of it, particularly getting him on my radio show. They'd all agree, and then they wouldn't call. Then they would call. But the bottom line is, it always came together, and it always is a joy to do this. I may be a little exhausted, but it is a joy to do this. So congratulations, Gary. That is truly, truly an honor to have gotten that award, and I know that he was overcome, as I'm sure you can tell by that recording. All right, but there's more. There's more. If that's not enough for you, I've got some observations. But first, before we go back to the Festival of Discovery and the Blues Cruise, let's check the weather. Because guess what? It's going to be hot. That's the weather forecast. It's going to be hot. Now, let's check. And we did have a shower last night, by the way. They had to stop the show. Vanessa Collier, I'll tell you all about it in just a second. But they had to stop the show for a while. Right now, it is 83 degrees outside. Of course, we have our feel-like temperature, 89 degrees. We are going to get to a high of just 90 degrees. It's going to be a low of 73. And today on Friday, July 10th, sunny early, then increasing clouds with heavy thunderstorms this afternoon. Oh no, storms may contain strong, excuse me, strong, well, strong gusty winds, there you go, and high near 90, chance of rain 70%. Let me tell you, I would not let that stop you because there's going to be all these inside venues. Now, being out under the tent may not be the place to be if we have heavy showers. In fact, I know it isn't. But with all the inside venues that there's going to be plenty of opportunity. And if anything, it'll make it a little cooler. So take an umbrella, take a raincoat, leave your dog at home, and go out and enjoy anyways. But that's Friday. Let's see what the rest of the forecast is. Saturday, again, a high of 90, low of 72. And looks like we were talking about that this rain and whatnot would be here on Saturday. Looks like it's coming in on Friday. And then by Saturday, it's going to be out of here. Saturday, mainly cloudy. Woo, okay. High around 90. And on Saturday night, closing it out. A few clouds from time to time. Low of 72. So Saturday's going to be a great day to be out there. Cloudy and 90. What could be better? Oh, I don't know. Cloudy and 75. We can only hope, but it is the Festival of Discovery and the Blues Cruise. All right, good morning, Greenwood. I hope you're watching on Facebook Live. I hope you're listening on the radio because I got more to talk about here this morning with you. So stay right here with us on WCRS Radio. Well, how's Penny doing here this morning? Is she care? Not really. I didn't get to go. You promised me I might be able to go. Yeah, I did, Penny, but it was pretty hot, and then we had the rain. So to continue with our story from last night, you know, so many people in Greenwood quite often feel, I don't need to go there. I've seen it all before. You know, though, every year, every show is different. And this year, for the 25th anniversary, it is so cool for one particular event to have happened here. Well, of course, Gary getting the Order of the Palmetto. But musically, there is one thing that I thought was truly terrific, is that Vanessa Collier, now a worldwide famous saxophonist and singer, artist, musical artist, is now, was here last night. And she was on the stage just getting ready to perform when they presented Gary with the Order of the Palmetto. If you were listening the other day, and I didn't get a chance to clip it, but if you were listening the other day, she was here in 2016, and her career was just really taking off. And one of the things that I remember from Vanessa being here was her wearing these pink and black pumps. And we talked, and she laughed about it, and she said, Ann, I've still got those pumps. And I said, cool. And so she came on Thursday, last night. And when I saw her, she was running around in tennis shoes, getting everything set up. And I was like, darn, I thought she was going to wear those pink pumps. And then she came out on stage, and she was wearing the pink pumps, pink and black pumps. And I have several pictures. I didn't post anything last night. I was too exhausted, just too exhausted. So she had the pink pumps on, and I got several pictures of it. And then, as I said, they shut the show down for a while because lightning was in the area. Good thing. Good thing. We have lots of electrical equipment there, sound equipment, and we have a tent out there. Was a good thing to do. This was at the main stage. Okay, so I had to turn it off because I coughed and I didn't turn it back on. Here we go. Where was I at before somebody says, Ann, you don't have the mic on? All right. I was just talking about, maybe I didn't talk, maybe I didn't, maybe you didn't hear that, what is her name? Ruth Ryan is going to be at the museum today from 11 to 1. She is going to do a program about women. Mama's Got the Blues. It's all about women in the blues. It's a combination documentary and music. She is the one that plays the cigar box guitar, and she is from the Outer Banks. Well, she's lived on the Outer Banks for 21 years. So I hope you get over there to see that. It's going to be a great program. Let me tell you, a great program. I know it is. It's a documentary. They're actually playing movie clips or clips from the documentary, and she will be singing too. So 11 to 1 over there at the museum. Of note, the museum is cool. That is the big thing. The museum is cool. Cool meaning temperature-wise, and cool because they got so much going on. They do, while you're there, don't forget to check out the exhibit, The Road to the Revolution, right there on the second floor. That is their summer-fall exhibit, telling you all about the revolution in conjunction with the 250th birthday of America. There you go. So make sure you check that out. That would be a good thing to do. Music all over, and it continues all day. Good barbecue. It is the place to be. So even if you've been to the festival 100 times, well, 25 years, it's still time to go back and experience the new artists that are here, your favorite artists, and make a plan, make a schedule. Okay, so now I wanted to tell you about a friend of mine, a public figure in our community, and a big part of the YMCA. And many of you know Jonathan Bass, and he is vice president of the Lakelands region of the YMCA of South Carolina, and he is concluding his career with the Y. His final day will be September 6, 2026, marking the 25th anniversary of his full-time hire. What a time, what a career, what a major player in our community, not only in a community, but in correlation with the YMCA. I can only say from knowing Jonathan and being part of helping get the word out on the YMCA. Of course, he's also on city council, and he truly cares so much about this community. And leaving the Y is a decision that he's decided to make. He has some new career plans, which will be his to discuss when he is ready to discuss. But he has been working. Jonathan's YMCA journey began on June 3rd, 1996, when he was hired as a lifeguard at the Greenwood Family YMCA. So earlier this year, he celebrated 30 years of YMCA service. In September 2001, he accepted a full-time position as aquatics director, beginning a career that spanned multiple communities, leadership roles, and countless lives impacted through the YMCA mission. During his early years in Greenwood, Jonathan served in aquatics and sports leadership roles before going to Columbia's YMCA Association in 2006. There he served in several leadership positions across the YMCA branches, gaining valuable experience and helping strengthen programs and operations throughout the association. In 2009, Jonathan and his family returned to Greenwood, where he continued with the YMCA right here. In the past 17 years, he has been instrumental in the growth and success of our association. So throughout his career, Jonathan has helped expand programs, strengthen community partnerships, secure significant grant funding, develop staff, lead strategic initiatives, advance the YMCA, be on call 24 hours a day. No, it doesn't say that, but knowing Jonathan and how passionate he is about the YMCA, I know that this was a tough decision, but as all things, we make changes in life, and it is with I am sure for the YMCA it is a great loss, but for Jonathan, I hope the future is spectacular, and that all the things that one spends a lifetime getting good at, public relations, writing grants, doing all the different things that need to be done, I know that will be a good stead for the future. After all, if a jewelry person can become a radio personality, who knows what can happen, right? There you go. So it says in this letter, while we are saddened to see Jonathan begin a new chapter, we are deeply grateful for his 30 years of service to the YMCA movement and his extraordinary contributions to our association. Jonathan will stay through September 6th and will work closely with our leadership to ensure a smooth transition as we begin to look for our next vice president immediately, while continuing to build upon the strong foundation. So those are that I wanted to bring this up because I think when people, and that's what this show is about, people doing extraordinary things. Jonathan Bass has done extraordinary things for this community, not only in his role as YMCA vice president, but also in his role as a city councilman and his great involvement and love for this community right here. You know, many of you know he is also the lady women's soccer coach at the Emerald High School. He's involved with Toros. He's been involved in so many aspects of everybody's growth. And I know that he has the heart of a teacher. He loves seeing the girls succeed in their soccer. Just came back from a trip to Florida where a group of the Toros gals went down there to Florida to compete. And there are rare individuals in this world who do outstanding things for our community. And Jonathan Bass, through the YMCA, through always being a good and great partner for the county and the city and working together for the betterment of our community, Jonathan Bass is one of these such people. So I commend you, Jonathan Bass, for your work here in our community. And while I know you will be missed at the Y, I know you will go on and you will still be involved in many, many ways through city council. And who knows what the next chapter will entail. But all of us look forward to the next chapter for you. Congratulations, Jonathan, on a career well done and a career that will continue to be well done. I am Ann Eller, right here with you this morning, just yakking and talking and just trying to point out some of the things that are here in our community. Now, I want to flip over to something else I found fascinating. And my friend Bo Bowman has been writing some articles for the Index Journal. And of course, he would be writing about what? Flying, because that is such a big part of of Bo's life. He has been a pilot for many years. He's been on the show. We're going to have to get him back on the show to talk about some more things. But he's been doing a series about the history of aviation in Greenwood. And this latest one is really a fascinating story. And so I thought I would just end with a fascinating story. Oh, actually, I probably got a few more things to say. But anyways, in March of 1930, this is in the Index Journal, in March of 1930, Eddie Graff was performing stunts with a barnstorming group from New Jersey at the first Greenwood Municipal Airport, which was not where it is today, but let's move forward. After flying around our city in an open cockpit biplane, doing wing walking to attract Greenwood residents to the airport to watch the barnstormers perform and to sell airplane rides. Remember, this was 1930. The barnstormers returned to the airport to find that the crowd was kind of small. So, having not brought along his rope ladder with which he performed while hanging from an airplane, Eddie fashioned a ladder from a large heavy rope they had brought by tying knots along the rope for holding on to with his hands and feet. The group departed the airport again to fly around and Eddie hanging from his rope and performing stunts. When it came time to climb the rope to get back into the cockpit, he was exhausted, and he did not have the stamina to get back into the cockpit for landing. They did a few passes over the airport, hoping he could complete their task, but to no avail. Can you imagine being so tired and you're hanging from an airplane and you just want to get back in that cockpit, but your arms and your legs, your body is exhausted? Well, they did a few passes, hoping that he could complete the task, but to no avail. So they then flew over the airport, motioning and yelling at the people on the ground that they were going to look for a nearby pond into which Eddie could drop from a low altitude. You know, people probably thought this was part of the show, truthfully. I can just imagine back then people were going, oh my God, he's going to drop into that. So this was probably, although it wasn't part of the show, that's probably what the people in Greenwood thought at the time as they're standing there on the ground. Well, they found a pond not far away to the northwest on a second low pass, so he let go of the rope at about 20 feet above the pond and got his boots stuck in the mud. Rescuers showed up quickly to pull him out. He survived and was taken to and later released from the Greenwood Hospital. Remember, this was 1930. The incident came to my attention in about 2010 to 2012 after Eddie's son, Bob, had moved to Greenwood County in 2007. Bob had found a letter in his attic from his father describing this event in the Greenwood area. Realizing that this was quite a coincidence, he was very interested in locating the site of this event. Knowing only that it involved a pond in the area, he approached the Greenwood Airport personnel to ask about this historic event. The airport personnel knew that I had done research, we're talking about Bo Bowman here, and regarding local aviation history, so they sent him to me. I eventually found an article in the March 17th, 1930 Index Journal about this event and mentioned the name of the pond, Gaddy's Pond, and a description of what happened. Working with personnel at the Greenwood County Register of Deeds office, I eventually located the pond and discovered that it continues to exist and remains full of water today. No longer called Gaddy's Pond, it is along U.S. Highway 25 behind the Blythe Funeral Home parking lot. In August of 1921 and 1926, respectively, ads in the Index Journal indicated the pond was then used as a swimming pond and later as an automobile washing place for a fee. So it's the pond behind Blythe Funeral Home. How about that for a story? Is that not amazing? We have no idea unless we have people like Bo Bowman and other people that do the history of things, the little things that really were big things back in the day. Today we have no idea about something like this, and that's why I wanted to bring it to light. Now, that being said, did anybody see this white light that went across the went across our off the over the tree line the other night? Well, I didn't see it. Let's just say that I didn't see it, but it looked really odd, and I've seen pictures of it on Facebook. Now, I do not know, but speaking of odd phenomena, and I got to say, Bo, you knock it out of the park every time you come up with one of these stories. He even has come up with some stories that WCRS in the early days of WCRS. So thank you, Bo. Thanks for the memories. Yeah, there you go. Thanks for the memories. But anyways, I wanted to share this because I saw this last night, and I had missed this totally. But this is very cool. They say, I don't know whether it is or not, I cannot verify, I haven't found anything that says it is, SpaceX launch seen from Greenwood about 5:26 a.m., and that was a couple of days ago, I think. Now, other people, of course, have said it's aliens, it's this, that, and the other. I kind of think if it's anything, it probably is SpaceX. I would have loved to have seen that because it just looks kind of like an arrow, and then it's got tails coming off of it. It's very cool. If that was the SpaceX as seen from Greenwood, I think that is awesome. Lots of people, as I said, have commented different things. It obviously was something, and I think that does make about the best one that I can think of that it might be, because I really don't think we got aliens coming down here, folks. All right. Anyways, that's what I'm talking about here this morning. I certainly hope that you will that you found some of this interesting, that you found some of the things maybe that you didn't know, and that you will take forth this information, get out there, enjoy the Festival of Discovery and Blues Cruise. Of note, it's Friday, and I usually do not interview on Friday, but this afternoon we will have two artists, well, actually I think it's three, from 4 to 4:30. Eric Selby will be joining us. He is an awesome guitarist, songwriter, and an in-demand percussionist and drummer. That's Eric Selby, so we'll be talking to him. I hope you'll tune in. That's 4 to 4:30. And then from 4:30 to 5, Alabama Mike and Skylar Softly, top blues singer, joined by a young bluesman now often touring Europe. Both of them will be together in studio. So when you put two blues musicians together in a studio, you never know what'll happen. When you put Eric Selby in the studio, you never know what's going to happen. So I hope you'll tune in 4 to 5 this afternoon right here on WCRS and get some more intel about what's going on, where it's going on. Don't forget, we have barbecue everywhere. You can go pick up some barbecue for lunch if you'd like. Do remember, the streets are closed. The streets are closed. Main Street is closed and some of the side roads, but pretty easy to park. I got to tell you, last night I was pretty amazed. I found a parking place pretty quick over there on the backside. You know, there's the backside over there by the Uptown YMCA and the post office. Over on that side, I found a place to park. But there are parking places everywhere. The big main parking lot, usually pretty easy because people come and go. So take your time, find a place, get out, enjoy, get some barbecue, take it back for lunch or dinner. That would be an awesome thing to do. And make sure you get out there and enjoy some great music at the Festival of Discovery and Blues Cruise. There is a schedule on Uptown Greenwood. Oh, I don't have it up here. Let's see if I can find to tell you where to look for it. We've had quite a week right here on WCRS, interviewing so many people. It really has been amazing. Let's see if I can find that for you. I had put it on here. Maybe I don't have it here. Oh, yes. Let me tell you, I got to tell you some of the people that are going to be playing here today before I finish up, so I can get uptown and hear and see Ruth Wyand, who's doing that Mama's Got the Blues. So here you go, blues update. All right, go to uptowngreenwood.com, uptowngreenwood.com. Click on the events on the sidebar or the little green box in the upper right corner. Click on South Carolina Festival of Discovery, then click on Blues Cruise. You'll find all kinds of options to look at the artists, look at the venues. It's going to be great, so please make sure you check that out. So again, that is uptowngreenwood.com, uptowngreenwood.com. They also do have a Festival of Discovery website too, but this is the one that they'll take you right to the schedules, uptowngreenwood.com. Okay, a few other notes of interest here. This is a big one for people that this is local focal. Marvin King Trio is going to be in town. He is going to be there. Of course, he's from Greenville. His son Marcus is done very well out there. Who knows? Maybe Marcus will show up. I don't know. I'm just saying. I have no idea. But he will be there this Saturday at 5 p.m. Howard's on Main upstairs. So that's Marvin King. Also on Saturday, this is one that might interest some of you. They are going to have Daniel Harrison, who is a professor at Lander, talking about Jackson Station. It's not going to be music. It's going to be a discussion, a symposium, as we should say. Maybe I think it's from I know it starts at 12, probably finish up somewhere in the 1-ish hour, talking about Jackson Station and the impact that Jackson Station has had. Daniel Harrison has written a very, very, very good book about chronicling what happened at Jackson Station. So you may want to be there for that. Plus, they've got all kinds of great music. You can check out all the artists at Local Focal. Local Focal, that would be the place to find this. Local Focal has their own website and has a listing of when and all the artists are playing. So Marvin King. He's going to be at Howard's on Main upstairs at playing for Local Focal. That will be this Saturday, July 11th at 5 p.m. So check that one out. Now, what else did I want to tell you? I want to congratulate again the Greenwood Sanitation Department for winning our Breakfast for a Bunch. That's right. They were our winners here for this last one. You know, I need more people to put in. You know, you've got to know somebody out there or some group, not somebody, but some group that should get recognized for doing good things. And recognized from Chick-fil-A is a great way to get recognized, isn't it? Look at Penny here. She's yawning. Great place, great way to get recognized. What could be better than to get it from Chick-fil-A and have breakfast for a bunch? It's very simple to do. All you have to do is call or text 864-332-9355, 864-332-9355. Penny, are you tired? I'm tired. 864-332-9355. Let us know a group that you think should get breakfast for a bunch. And yes, you can be a member of that group. So don't hesitate. You don't have to be from afar. But so make sure you do that today. We will be doing another drawing. I think it's next week. So it's your opportunity. Get a group in there you'd like to see celebrated and to get a little recognition. This, of course, is from Chick-fil-A and WCRS. 864-332-9355. And again, congratulations to the Greenwood Sanitation Department right here in Greenwood. Coming up, let's see, Connie Maxwell Baptist Church, July 10th, 7 p.m., free entry. They are having Virginia Voices International, a free concert. That's today. Hello, that's today, July 10th, free entry. So free concert Friday night. Please share with anyone you think would be interested. This is over there at Connie Maxwell. So that's pretty cool too. I've been very focused on the festival, but I do want to tell you about this one because this is rather interesting. Over there at the Haygood Mill Historic Site on July 17th and 18th, they are having a banjo extravaganza. I got to find out more about it. I just saw this, but I thought it looked pretty cool. Experience a weekend of Appalachian music, history, and tradition at the Banjo Extravaganza Festival. Friday the 17th begins with a special evening of Heritage Pavilion featuring the premiere screenings of Andy Eversol's new documentary, Banjo Earth, North Carolina. So there you go. They've got admission is $10. Friday admission is $10. The celebration, it says, continues on Saturdays with outstanding banjo music, which goes from 10 until 4, and they list a whole bunch of extraordinary banjo musicians. Then you can also spend the day exploring everything Haygood Mall, from live demonstrations by blacksmiths, potters, woodworkers, quilters, leatherworkers, spinners, chair caners, and other traditional Appalachian artists, a marketplace filled with talented artisan vendors, great food from local vendors. I mean, watch the historic mill in operation and pick up fresh stone-ground cornmeal grits. So how about that? So it also includes just too many things to talk about. You can actually camp there. They do have free parking, and it's $10, I think, per person for ages 10 and up. Saturday, just for the day, is $7. So if you go for Friday and Saturday, it's $10. If you go just for Saturday, it's $7. This is a great opportunity, and I'm going to have to get up there and check that out. That is at the Haygood Mill Historic Site, so make sure you check that out. All right, that's a few of the things I know about. Also, I did want to tell you about the Democratic Party is having their monthly meeting, and they will be talking about voting. They'll be talking about all these type of things. But of note, they'll also be talking with Shane Goodwin, Superintendent of Education, and Clay Sprouse about the upcoming referendum, what it means, what they are trying to do, and budgeting and the successes, etc., that they've had over there at the Democratic meeting on Saturday morning. This is their monthly meeting that they're having. Just thought I would mention that. Also of note, Monday evening, they are having the Republican meeting. I believe that is at Howard's upstairs. I'd have to double check that. But they are having a meeting to talk about who you'd like to see, what you'd like to know, and how they can move forward as we go forward into the fall season coming up just in a few weeks of politics. So that's a few of the things. There is a lot more, but that's what I wanted to mention here today. That is going to do it for me. Remember, we all are just a little quirky. And I think that is a great thing because, after all, don't we all have friends, including ourselves, that are a little quirky, and we like them because people are a little quirky. So without further ado, let's ask Penny. What do you got to say, Penny? You got anything to say? No, are you going to get me breakfast pretty soon? I'm dying over here. Yes, I'm going to get you breakfast. I'm Ann Eller. That's going to do it for Penny and me. There she is, just curled up there if you're watching. Let's maybe check over here one more time, see if anybody else has said anything here this morning. Looks like we're good. So why don't you have a great weekend? Enjoy the Festival of Discovery. Know that the main road is closed off, as are some side roads. But get out there and enjoy. We're very blessed here in Greenwood. And again, congratulations to Gary Irwin, Shrimp City Slim on the Order of the Palmetto, and to all the artists that have come here to celebrate and to play their music. Make sure you buy their music while they're still alive. That would be one great thing that you can do. So without further ado, bye-bye, everybody.
All those old bluesmen passing by. All those old bluesmen just passing by. That's why I'm asking you people, buy my music while I'm still alive. Dying broke ain't my way to go. Die